Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today from the Unity Center of Peace. I'm upstairs above the sanctuary, and I'm really excited to be in the building again. So I'm Chris Geith. I'm a member of the UCP Future Ministers team. And today we're talking about our divine power of presence. You know, this is the month of power. And in the first Sunday of May, Reverend Victoria talked about our superpower of power that's just waiting for us to activate it at any time. It's the power to shift ourselves into our higher spiritual self. So then what is divine presence? Well, it's an aspect of that power. It's an aspect of our power to activate and move up into our higher consciousness. So, you know, what did the Fillmores say about this? The founders of Unity. Well, in Charles Fillmore's book, The Mysteries of Genesis, here's a quote from him. He said, "God is right here in our midst. Understanding, when turned toward the omnipresent light of spirit, opens its eyes to the astonishing fact that the seemingly material bodies and temporal surroundings, our physical self, conceal the immanent God." What's the immanent God? So in the revealing word, which is a metaphysical interpretation in metaphysical terms, they describe immanent as referring to the all-pervading and all-indwelling presence of God, the life and intelligence permeating the universe, just like it says in our opening invocation. So that's what we're talking about today. Our ability, we just came out of meditation. What were we doing in meditation? If you read Unity writings, a lot of the words divine presence are in relationship to meditation, that going into the silence, closing our eyes in meditation, in that inner stillness, we're connecting with divine presence from the inside of us. So what I'm inviting you to do today is create another channel, practice another channel, the embodiment of divine presence in everything, in the indwelling immanent God that's through everything in our physical world. Now, how many of you have some sort of a crystal or a favorite stone or favorite object? Here's one of mine. I like to hold it in my hand and it feels really good. I have no problem thinking of this stone as having some sort of its own life, its own beingness, its own consciousness. It's not just an object. I have a relationship with this object. I think about where did it come from and what did it feel like being polished? And, I have a relationship with it. You may have something similar that is an example of this divine presence and in us and in everything that's around us. So one of the things I want to do is read a piece from David Abram. David Abram has written a number of books. One of my favorites is Becoming Animal. And he's really inviting us to experience our physical bodies, be in our physical bodies more often, and use our senses, our animal senses, our creatureliness to experience divine presence, not just in the inner state of meditation, but also in our physical bodies. So let me read a few words from David Abrams. It is a sense that everything that we can sense, anything we can sense, is also assumed to be sensitive, even sentient, being in its own right. And not that they're the same as us, they are each very different. Like the spider who weaves the cosmos out of its own abdomen and just creates a whole spiraling galaxy, or the humpback whale who swims through the depths of the ocean and sending its eerie cries through miles and miles of liquid ocean to communicate with other humpback whales so different from our experience here on the drier earth with our opposable thumbs. And our experience is very different from that soaring hawk hovering above its prey. Each being is very different in its experience from the others, and yet all of them are just as present, just as awake and aware as we are, but in a very different shape. But not just the other animals, the plants, the trees, the grasses, even whole forests are alive and awake. But not just the plants and the other animals, but even the rocks and the mountains have their long, deeply layered experience of us and of the earth. Even the wind and the weather patterns, rivers, dry beds, thunder clouds, particular winds that pour through a mountain pass, or another wind that rolls up the river valley only during certain seasons and only at a certain time of day in that season. But that wind has its own intelligence, its own life. This experience is very old in us, we humans, and it is the way one experiences the world when your animal senses are all awake and listening, and your mind is assuming that everything is alive. So this is divine presence. This is the invitation of today's talk, to bring that inner awareness of divine presence and bring it out into our animal senses, our animal body, our creatureliness in a physical world of things. We're a thing among things, as Sam Abrams says. So are you ready to go a little bit deeper? I'm going to stand up here. You can sit down, but I wanted to make sure you could see what I'm doing. I recently completed a 100-day challenge of doing Qigong, the 100-day Qigong challenge every morning with a group of people. And I learned a few things that really helped me relate to my body better, be more embodied spiritually. And I just want to share a couple of those things with you. So let's start by seeing if we can listen and shift our awareness to these living beings around us, whether you're inside or outside. Let's start with listening. So I invite you to rub your hands together, get a little heat going there. Get some heat going in your hands. And then unfurl your ears. Really just kind of tug your top of your ears, your earlobes, give your ears a massage. And you know what? You're giving your whole body a massage by doing this. It's a great way to wake up, better than a cup of coffee. So unfurl your ears, massage them gently, and then just close your eyes. Put a smile on your face and a smile on your eyebrows. So just relax your brow and pretend you're listening to something far, far away, like maybe the wind on the top of Mount Everest. While you're hearing those sounds, come back now into this space. Keep your eyes closed and just listen to what's having a conversation, not just noise, not just sounds, but if everything's alive, then everything's having a conversation. It's talking, things are talking or singing. What is talking or singing? Do you hear birds? Do you hear the heat? Do you hear your refrigerator? Do you hear your laptop? And think of it as conversation, not just sounds that are being made. And now shift your attention to what is hearing you. What is hearing you breathe? What is hearing you move? Shift your attention to what is hearing you. Ready to try another one? Open your eyes. Let's try the sense of touch, our animal sense of touch. Let's rub our hands together again. And now just rub your arms up and down, just get a little circulation going. The inside of your arm, the outside of your arm, and then switch to the other side, the inside and the outside. It's helpful if you kind of go a little bit fast to bring the energy up. And then close your eyes for a minute and feel the tingle in your hands and your arms. Just feel that tingle, feel that energy. And now open your eyes and touch something nearby. It could be anything. It could be your laptop, your table, your chair, a pillow, something that's not you. It could be anything, a plant, a flower. Just touch something with that idea that it has a divine presence. The divine presence is expressing through whatever you're touching, just as you are expressing the divine. And just give it that sense of touch. Relish in that sense of touch. And now shift your attention. Whatever you're touching is also touching you. Whatever you're touching is also touching you. What does that feel like? And your touch is a conversation. It's not just you touching an object. It's touching you. It's feeling you. What can it feel? Can it feel your fingerprints, your skin, your knuckles, your whole hand, the heat of your body, the moisture of your body? It's feeling you. And let's do one more. I call this one encountering, all right? This has a little more rubbing. Again, you can sit down, don't need to stand up. Rub your hands together. And now put one hand over the other and rub your belly in a clockwise motion. And now reverse that motion. This is good for the digestion, by the way. Reverse that motion and then go back the other way. While you're here and you're sitting down, rub your thighs in a circular motion. Pretty fast to build up that friction, that energy, and go the other way. And now move down to your knees. Rub your knees. Rub them both directions. Now take a breath and close your eyes. And feel that tingle. Feel that energy flowing. And feel it spread throughout your entire body. And now slowly open your eyes. And cast your gaze on whatever it is that catches your attention. Whatever it is that calls your attention, rest your gaze upon it. Bring your other senses to listen, to feel it. Reach out and touch it if you can. Is there a fragrance? What's the fragrance? What's the temperature? What's the moisture? And now shift your attention to ask a question of what it is that you're paying attention to and say, what is it like to be you? And have a little conversation. Be curious. If you are a being, which you are, I'm using my imagination to shift my attention to have a conversation with your beingness. What is it like being you? And just spend a minute engaged in conversation with this expression of divine presence. Thank you for joining me there. I have one more thing to share. This is my favorite move. And I think it's a great practice to just embody, get in your body more. It's easy, at least for me. I'm working on Zoom all the time from work. I'm constantly on my computer. I'm sitting a lot. I love to go outside for walks, don't get me wrong, but I'm not often in my body. So here's something that I'd like to pass on to you if you'd like to try it. So while you're sitting down, or you can stand up, we're just gonna flick our hands. Just go flick down. I'm flicking from my shoulder down and down, 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 down. Flick out to the side. Flick up. Flick front. And flick down again. And then just stop. And feel that tingle of life energy flowing through your hands, your arms, and throughout your entire body. I hope you had fun doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do for waking up in the morning. I want to share one more angle from my favorite poet, David Whyte. You might be familiar. And this poem is Everything is Waiting for You. The reason I wanted to share this is because he's talking about his house, inanimate objects. You're like, man-made objects aren't alive. Well, if everything is an expression of the divine, and the divine is infinite, and if man is making it, then divine nature is expressing through us in what we make, and it's being made of earth elements, right? Earth elements are expressions of the divine. They hold that divine presence, that divine emanation. So it applies to everything. So let me read. Everything is waiting for you. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny, hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely, even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. You must notice the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and to invite you. And the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. Everything is waiting for you. And with that, I would like to leave you with an affirmation to remind you that you can use this power of divine presence, your power of divine presence, to shift your consciousness and awareness. So try this on for size. Everything is waiting for me to activate my power of divine presence. Everything is waiting for me to activate my power of divine presence. Thank you for joining me. I hope you take me up on parts of my invitation today. And I turn it now back to Victoria. Thank you.